Good morning. It is Tuesday morning, and we are here for another transformation. And today will be a mindset shift that can change every day from this moment forward. So, the question is, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Now, there's a quote from Tony Robbins, a powerful principle. The power of your life is determined by the power of the questions you ask yourself. Now, check that out, because if you listen at the power of your life is determined by the power of the questions you ask yourself. That is a very deep principle. Why? Because it takes courage to look at yourself and not be too critical. You know, we look in the mirror. Most people look in the mirror, and what do? We sit there and go, wow, I'm a child of God. I'm amazing. I'm beautiful. I'm creating the likeness and image of God. Or do we look in the mirror and go, wow, when did I get these? When did my hair turn so gray? God, I need to lose some weight around my waist, right? Isn't it most of the time we look in the mirror and we become more self-critical? It takes courage to look at yourself. It takes courage to ask powerful questions, and it gives you the opportunity to decide right now that we can change our beliefs, that we can live our true nature of who we're created to be, and ultimately live and fulfill our purpose. So, are you ready right now to create a breakthrough in your life? Now, so one of the most powerful questions of your life is, who do I want to be? Now, we all want to be our best, but how many times do we feel stuck and stuck in a place where we're not living our best? Anybody besides me. So why am I going through this today? Because I asked myself this question over the weekend, and it was a fascinating process because it led me to new decisions. So what did I discover? Man, I had to make decisions that I knew I had to make, that I wasn't making, that I was stalling, I was delaying, I was ignoring, I was becoming frustrated. There are decisions that when I made that decision and commitment, it was uncomfortable. I had to create things I never had created before. And what if I fail and it may not be that good and I don't know what to do? And you can hear all the chaotic noise that we all go through. So finally, boom, done. I have to take responsibility. Now, why did we come to that? It's done. I have to take responsibility because we have a purpose. And when you know that purpose, the frustration of not doing it becomes greater than the pain of whatever you have to do. And what do you have to do? Ask that powerful question. Who do I want to be? And that's it. That's the power of purpose. So what did I have to do, and what do we have to do all the time? We have to confront ourself, small s, our human self, so we can become conscious. Hey, Bobby Joe, good morning. Become conscious of our higher self, our God self, which is who we really are. So what I want to do today is give you six truths to discovering who you want to be. Are you ready? Let's go through this. Take notes. Okay, and I want to see some action in here, participation. Number one, you are a spirit. You came here to fulfill a purpose. We go through this every week. This is the most powerful reference point. You have a purpose. You came into this body to fulfill this purpose on the physical plane. Only you can fulfill your purpose. And it's not a question, really. The real question is not who I want to be. That's who we already are. We already are divinity living in humanity. We already are created in the likeness and image of God. So the real question becomes, how do you want to express yourself? That's capital S, God self. How do you want to express yourself? And then the next question is, are you conscious of that? Do we intentionally make decisions to express our higher self? And then when we realize that we are divinity first, we're in partnership with God. We're always supported. The universe is here to help us. And every step in our path is guiding us toward our soul purpose. And that is power from the inside out. So what's number one? You are spirit first. What's number two? That you are given innate skills and innate traits, personality traits and characteristics to fulfill your purpose. So what's that mean? You already have everything you need. Now you might need to develop skill. So that's it. So all of our personality characteristics, we came in with all the characteristics in our personality to fulfill our purpose, but they may be hidden. You may not be aware of it. They may need to come out. So what's one example? Well, when I was in college, I had to take a speech class. I had to give a 5-minute speech at the end of class. I thought that is ridiculous. A 5-minute speech is way too long. I was pissed, right? Because I was scared to death to speak in public. Now, I'd rather speak for an hour than 5 minutes. 5 minutes is harder. And the first time I spoke in public as a chiropractor, I spoke to 3 people. I had diarrhea all day because I was so scared. And now that's what I do for a living. Isn't that fascinating? So, 1, your spirit. 2, you're given all the innate gifts, right? So what was my gift? Inspiration, and to be able to give that to others. 3, you got to become honest and clear with what those gifts are, and then you have to discover skill. So just an example, when I was raised, my mom was a nurse, and we were raised in a medicine cabinet. I mean, you had a zit, any little thing, headache, whatever, shoving medication down your throat. I never felt comfortable taking medication. I always thought, even as a little kid, there's got to be something better. This isn't the way. This doesn't feel natural. Of course, what do? I grow up and become a chiropractor. When I was in college, I was a biology major, and all my friends used to come and they'd have injuries or symptoms. And they go, Fred, what's wrong with me? And I'd be like, heck, I don't know. I just had biology 101. I don't know how to diagnose anything. But here it was, the universe was showing me that I'm going to take care of people's health. See, what signs are you being given right now that you have an innate gift? And maybe we need to develop that skill. My nephew Dalton decided to be a chiropractor, so now he's learning how to adjust. He knows he's humanitarian, is very loving, and now he has to develop the skill. So we become conscious of it, and then we develop skill. What's number 4? No one may understand your purpose. And many times, who's the people that don't understand that matter most? Many times, it's our parents, it's our siblings, it's the people that are closest to us. It's all the people that tell us you shouldn't do that. It's all the people that live their lives for someone else because someone else thinks that that's what they should do. It's the person that becomes the lawyer because the parents want to become a lawyer, but he really wanted to be an artist. I met this older gentleman over the weekend. His son had a great degree as an engineer, and now he's a professional photographer. Who are you living your life for? Are you living your life for people that don't understand your purpose? Because when you do that and you compromise, then not only you're not living fulfilled, but now you're living with frustration because your spirit and your heart knows who you are. Who are you created to be? So what's number 5? Will you decide to live your purpose and to be who you're created to be? You're going to have to decide, are you willing to be both loved and hated? Are you willing to be both loved and hated? Because if you decide that you want to be liked, if you decide you don't like confrontation, and this is everywhere in the world today, that we don't like confrontation, we're going to follow the rules, then what you're going to do is you're going to compromise. If you give up the not wanting, but some people may not agree with you, they may not like you, they may even hate you, and the people that are aligned with your purpose are absolutely going to love you. If you want to be liked because you're afraid of being disliked, you're going to let go of who you really are, you're going to let go of who you're really called to be, and then you begin the slow, torturous self-death by compromising your lower self and losing your higher self. And that is miserable. And it's so common today that people do things so other people don't disagree with them, so they don't have to face confront. You know, I was at my sister's house a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about all the things that go on in the world. Of course, she's a corporate person. She gets a paycheck, and she's highly successful executive. I admire her for everything, but she's like, why don't you just follow the rules? Yeah, that's going to work. Yeah. But my purpose isn't to follow the rules. The purpose is to break people out of the box, to show them what the truth is, to show people how do you find out why you're here, live that truth regardless of what other people think, because when you give up the need for being liked and accepted, you gain the gift for being loved and respected. And with that, some people might just hate you. That's why number one is so important. We're spirit first. So what's number one? We're spirit first. We're here for a purpose. Number two, you have all the innate gifts to fulfill that purpose. Number three, become conscious of those gifts and then go develop skill. What was number four? Oh, number four was no one may understand you. So just get it that other people don't have to get it as long as you get it about yourself. Number five, you have to be willing to be both loved and hated. And then number six is don't be afraid to fail. What's that mean? Well, first of all, there is no failure. There's only learning. Here's a quote from Albert Einstein. A person who has never made a mistake never tried anything new. Isn't that amazing? If you've never made a mistake, you've never stepped out of your comfort zone, basically. And that means you are not doing what you're called to do. So there's really two questions because failure does not exist. One, what did I learn? Two, what am I going to do? So it's kind of like if you're shooting a bow and arrow at an archery target. You pull it back, what do? You take the first shot, you see where it lands, and then you adjust your aim. Do you really expect the first time you pick up that bow and arrow that you're going to hit the bullseye? And if you do, that's what they call beginner's luck. So if you do hit it the first time, you might not hit it for 20 more times unless you have some unbelievable skill or talent, right? So you just got to let go of failure. You got to try again. And I know with myself, by the time I was ready to fail is when I took that first shot, is when I adjusted the shot, is when you have repetition, is when you develop skill, is when you become a master, is when you fulfill your purpose. So check this out. People who fail to reach their vision or purpose focus on what they have to go through. What's that mean? They focus on their failures. People who succeed focus on what it'll feel like at the end. What's that mean? They stay attached to the vision. They meditate day and night. They know they have to develop skill. When they fall down, they get up, they brush their knees off. Hey, how did Michael Jordan become so great? Practice, practice. Hey, when you look at all these gold medalists and people at the top of their game, you know what? They practiced harder than anybody else. That's why they're at the top of their game. They developed a skill. Yes, they had talent, but they developed a skill. So one, you're a spirit first. Two, you have all the innate gifts. Three, you're going to develop skill. Once you know what those innate gifts are, you become conscious of it. Then you just start going to work. What's number four? No one's going to understand your purpose. That's not your deal. You know what it is. You have confidence. Number five, give up the need for being liked so you can be loved, and some will absolutely hate you. And number six, don't be afraid to fail. That's it. Just get up, try again, because we're always going to be creating something new, which means there is no failure. There's only your first attempt, and then there's developing skill. So who do you want to be? The reality is you already are spirit first. You're called here. Your whole life is pointing you to that. So what I'd like to do is have us all do an exercise, look in the mirror and say, I am a child of God. Now touch your heart. I am a child of God. I am spirit first. I am here to fulfill a purpose. I'm going to develop the skill. I'm willing to go through whatever it is. It doesn't matter if no one understands me. I'm doing this not because I want to be loved or hated, because I know this is going to help a whole boatload of people. I am ready right now to fulfill my purpose, and I will do whatever it takes. Now, when you can say that, hey there, Raina. Thank you so much. You love my book. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And please spread that around. That means the world to me. Thank you so much. Let's say that. I am a child of God. I am a spirit first. I am ready to fulfill my purpose right now. I have all the gifts I need. Now I'm going to develop skill. No one may understand me, but it doesn't matter. The people that are here that I'm going to contribute to, will love me, and that's all. And I love myself. I'm ready to fulfill that now. I'm ready to do what it takes, and it's already done. Thank you. I love you guys. Many blessings to you.